Hello, hello. Hey, how are you, Professor? This is Paulo Arias. Hey, can you hear me good?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
You know, can you?
See, I can do it. I can hear you well.
Hey, hey, can you guys, the six people that are connected, can you guys hear me? As I'm just like not doing it very well with the technology today. Just say hi. I have a Sequoia, and we had John, which is a recurrent student. And yes, we have a confirmation. And for all of you, or for all of you guys that are new, um, this is free Spanish classes on Fridays that we do. We do this with Professor Wagner, and we speak Spanish. We do it for the expat community. And we're basically broadcasting into different expat groups that allow us to broadcast this. Saturday Night Expat Group. Hey, John. John is, by the way, John, I'm putting him on your screen. He's one of our service providers in New Jersey, I believe he's located in the United States. Well, he serves all of the United States with containers and shipments. Um, and we do this to connect with the local expat community, with those people who are looking to move from United States or Canada to Costa Rica, Panama, Mexico, Spain, Portugal, and other places. And some of them might want to learn the local language. And I think this is a good way to help the community. Just connecting, every Friday for 30 minutes. And if you want to learn more, you can also, talk to Warner and his team. They have different locations all over Costa Rica, and they also service. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Now you can do that. And now they can see you. Yeah, you can talk to our professor, and he will be happy to help you with the learning process in person in their schools, or in person, or online. So regardless of where you are, a lot of people are thinking about moving abroad. They're thinking about moving to Mexico. Maybe your move is in a year. Maybe not, your move is in 2 years. Well, you can start learning Spanish now. Professor, say hi.
Hola, hola, Pablo. Buenas tardes a todos. Hey, how are you? How are you,
We're doing good.
everybody? It's Friday, so we should be happy. Actually,
It
every day,
is.
every day, I am a really happy person. You know that?
I
In
can
our
tell.
lives, in our lives, so we have sometimes issues, we have a problems, but you know what? When I am in classes with my students, I forget everything. So I forget that I have problems. So when I finish my class, my mode probably is different because you feel your body with new energy, and also you transmit energy to other people. So this is one of the reasons what I like to be Spanish teacher. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
you are definitely a people's person. I can tell. Like, you like to connect with
Really?
people.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you sometimes, how do you call internations.
With
That's another
internation.
resource.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's another resource for expats. Internations is worldwide. It's a network of expats that get together in every city, and they are in over 300 cities. So that's another way to connect. They are in Panama, in Mexico, and Costa Rica, in different cities worldwide. And Warner here in Costa Rica, he's just like, oh, we're going hiking, and then he's the first one.
exactly.
So yeah, I can definitely tell he's a people's person. By the way, we should be doing something for the 4th of July. We should be doing some sort of a barbecue. We did something last year. I did it in Costa Rica. I don't know if you remember, but we got together. We have some live music in Atenas. Um, that was amazing. Some burgers and live music, 4th of July. And I did it a day before on Saturday. So on Sunday, I did it a day before in Panama, in Capira,
Oh, really?
Panama, with Mike Kelly. So I did this entire thing, and then the next morning took a flight to Costa Rica, and then I got with you guys at lunch for the
Yeah, I
Fourth of
remember.
July.
I
So it
remember.
was.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys wanted to do something for the 4th of July, maybe a barbecue, get together, want to comment on that, we'll be happy to take your opinion and perhaps set up something together. Atenas is a great location, but maybe we can. Who knows? Maybe you guys can come to my house in Heredia.
Well,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about that because so we are growing in Athens. So in this last month, we got probably more than 12, 14, 15 students, and
Oh, that's
tomorrow I
amazing.
have and tomorrow I have a free introductory Spanish class, and I have booked maybe 7 or 8 more students. So this is exactly what we want, like to give the language to everywhere in Costa Rica. And Atenas now probably, I think, is because now there's more people, is new people, it's coming to the city also. So, and they know that if they want to be part of the Atenas location, they need to learn the language. So I am happy with that. Okay. So Pablo, tell me if you want to start.
Yes, let's do it. Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
Okay. Bueno, Pablo. So last week, basically, what we started to study was how we conjugate verbs in the present tense. And those verbs, there were the regular verbs. Remember, the concept of regular verb is when the root of the verb never changes. So this makes that the conjugation, it's easy, yeah, because we will use the same root, but we will need to add a new ending. So let me share with you my document with the idea to explain better this. Okay, where I present that here. Diapositivas, my computer. Oh, no.
So what you're looking for that? Get ready?
Yeah.
So I was gonna give a little ad, but anyway, all of this it's happening at 1:30 p.m. Costa Rica time, 2:30 p.m. Panama time. Mexico City is 1:30, and we are doing it every Friday for you guys to connect, to learn a little bit about Spanish, and come prepared when you guys move abroad. Here we go. I'm putting this on the screen. Yeah.
Well, this is before to start. This is the information for our tomorrow, for our class tomorrow. Remember, this introductory class. If you are expat and you are living in Costa Rica and you are living in Atenas, you can come tomorrow. Okay, just you need to go there. Okay, so this is what we studied our last week: conjugation of regular verbs in the present. Remember, we have in Spanish 3 different endings: AR ending, ER ending, and IR ending. So, how is that? How is the conjugation? So here we have the conjugations in English. So we have the verb to walk. To walk, it's caminar en español. Okay, so remember, to walk is the infinitive, caminar, it's the infinitive. But now we are studying the conjugation of these verbs. So we will conjugate now these verbs in Spanish. If you see, also, you conjugate verbs in English. Sometimes when I ask to the students, do you conjugate verbs? And they say, no, we never conjugate verbs. But the truth is that you conjugate verbs. But this is the situation. In English, here we have I walk, you walk, he walks, we walk, and they walk. Okay? So now the verb is conjugated. But if you see in English, you should modify the verb only one time. So because see the form, walk here, walk here, walk here, and walk here. So you have 2 forms, walk and walks. That is exactly what is the difference in Spanish, because we have more conjugation. So now the conjugation of the verb I walk, the phrase I walk in English, it will be in español, yo camino. I'm sorry, I thought I was showing yo camino. Okay, so one more time, let's read with me. I walk, you walk, he walks, we walk, and they walk. Now in Spanish, yo camino.
Yo camino.
Yo camino, very good. Here the
Usted
important
camina.
thing is, exactly. But before that, Pablo, let me remind this. We will use exactly the same root, and the root here is camin. So we will say to camin. I am using the root. Él camin, nosotros camin, and ellos camin. This is how we build the conjugation. Now what we need to add is the new ending. So Pablo, help me now. Yo camino, tú.
Caminas.
Él.
Caminas. Camina.
Él camina. Muy bien. Nosotros.
Caminamos.
Y ellos.
Caminan.
Caminan. Very good.
Wow.
Yo camino, tú caminas, él camina, nosotros caminamos y ellos caminan. When the students, they are learning the conjugation of the verbs, of course, the right conjugation is very important. But at this point of that process, it's also important the pronunciation, because they should learn where is going to be the accent or the emphasis in the pronunciation. So when we study this, we study two things: conjugation and pronunciation. Of course, your pronunciation is perfect, okay? So, yo camino, tú caminas, él camina, nosotros caminamos. I'm sorry, and the last one is ellos caminan. Ellos caminan, okay? So, and now we have the information to create sentences. Remember, in this case, if you want to create sentences, this is the system that I like to teach, using the 4 fingers. So, because you can use your fingers to guide the information that you have in your brain. What I suggest is this order. In the sentence, we will use the time. So it's important to say when the action is happening. The second part is who's doing the action in the sentence. Number 3 is the verb, and number 4 it's the information, it's the complement in the sentence. So that is the information. If you have camino, yo camino, now you have the person here and you have the verb. So what we need to do is to put the time and the complement. Yo camino. Let me give you one example. And Pablo, after you need to give me one. Todos los días yo camino en el parque. Now we have one sentence. Todos los días yo camino en el parque. Every day I walk in the park. Okay? Every day I walk in the park. Pablo, Wagner, can I put the tense at the end? Of course, but this is the suggestion. The suggestion is to put the tense at the beginning, because our brain is trying to imagine what is going to happen. When you say to your brain, when the action is happening, it's better because you are going to understand the sentence faster. Okay? Entonces, every day I walk in the park. Pablo, give me now one example with he walks. So remember, time, person, verb, and complement.
So first, I have to use time. That's the recommendation.
In this case, it's present. The time, it's in the present because we are conjugating in the present.
Okay. So hoy.
Exactly.
Hoy, meaning today. Él camina al trabajo.
Hoy él camina al trabajo. Today he walks to the job, to his job, to the work.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hoy él camina al trabajo. Very good. So we have 2 sentences using the same conjugation.
Let's say John or Dale wants to do the next one.
Oh, por favor.
To do the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
Sequoia Johnson, John Miller, or Rod. Can you guys come up with an example?
Por favor.
Okay, somebody is taking the challenge here. Rod is taking the challenge.
I am waiting. I am waiting. Okay, Wagner. So meanwhile, we are waiting for this example. Wagner, where should go the emphasize, the accent in these conjugations? Okay, so this will be another class. This will be another class because it's a very important topic. Okay. However, now I want to tell you that the emphasize, it will be in these syllables. Okay, I will put it here in red. Yeah, we say camino. We say caminas. We say él camina. We say nosotros, but now here there's a movement. We will move the accent to a different syllables. Caminamos.
Okay. We have two examples.
Okay.
We have two examples.
Let me finish this.
Rod hasn't come up with one, but Rod, you can just pick whichever one. Say he or we or I. Just go ahead and finish.
Hey, a nice example. Who gave Miller? John. Okay, John. Let me put your example here. Esta mañana, la cucaracha, esta mañana la cucaracha camina en la cocina. Esta mañana la cucaracha camina en la cocina. Okay. So let me say, like, in this case, the cockroach, it will be conjugated with the same form of he. So at least in Spanish, because we have here, he walks, she walks, it walks, and the cockroach, it's it. Okay, we will use the same conjugation. Él camina, ella camina, la cucaracha camina. So John, your conjugation is correct. Okay, so this morning la cucaracha camina en la cocina. Muy bien. Okay, dice yo mato. Yo mato la cucaracha. Muy bien.
Yo la mato.
Yo la mato.
Yo la mato. It's missing yo
la mato. Sí, yo la mato. Okay, do we have more examples?
Yes.
Sequoia, muy bien. Dice, mañana yo camino al trabajo. Mañana yo camino al trabajo. Sequoia, your sentence is correct. Yes, your sentence is correct. Okay? However, the only detail with this sentence is that we are considering that this sentence is in the future. Okay? Because you are saying mañana. Mañana it's tomorrow. Obviously, the sentence is not incorrect. But we will consider, okay, and this is, let me tell you this, we will talk about the future in our next sessions. So in English and in Spanish, we have 3 futures. And this sentence, Sequoia, with this sentence, you are giving me one example about the use of the future number 3. Why? Let me give you a short explanation about why this sentence is future. If you read this, Pablo, read this part of the sentence.
Mañana.
No, this one. I dropped mañana. Can you see it?
Yo camino al trabajo.
Exactly. Yo camino al trabajo. Pablo, what's the tense of that sentence?
Yo camino al trabajo. Not sure what do you mean by tense. I'm sorry.
In what tense is present, past, or future?
Okay. Yo camino al trabajo. Present.
Present.
Right? Yo camino.
Exactly. That's exactly. Yo camino al trabajo. That sentence is present. But that's why I said this is the future number. The future number 3. You say yo camino al trabajo. That sentence is present. But what happened if I add the expression tomorrow? What is the tense of now of that sentence?
It becomes future.
It becomes future, exactly. So the future number three in Spanish and in English is when you have one sentence in the present tense, but if you put one expression of time in the future, immediately the sentence it becomes future. Okay, that is why this is the future number three.
We have two more examples.
Okay.
From Rod and from Christy. Christy, we are talking about the conjugation of caminar or to walk.
Where are the examples?
The first one is Rod. He's in Panama. Rod. Correct me if I'm wrong. Rod Dale is been following us from Panama. Hoy caminamos nosotros.
Okay. Rod, your sentence is correct. But I want to follow the suggestion when we talk about the position of the elements. Okay, so you put hoy caminamos nosotros. But if we follow the structure, we are going to put first who is doing the action. In that case, sounds better. So we will say, hoy nosotros caminamos. Okay? The sentence is not.
And I'm trying to once again, I'm not an expert, not a professor or anything, but I've been doing these classes with you, partner. And my understanding is once you memorize, I'm just thinking, how people memorize and learn things. If you keep the same structure, it will be easier for you to use the fingers, right? So that you always do the timing, and then you who is it? Is it me? Is it nosotros? Is it he? Is it we? So when, who, and then the action.
Exactly.
And then the fourth one is the complement in the park, at work, at the kitchen. And if you memorize this structure, you can start making sentences in a week if you memorize this and then start practicing.
Exactly, Pablo. That is the idea. Always I say that there's many ways to create sentences, but the way that I suggest, you can use it for many kind of sentences. Okay, so that is easy to remember. Time, person. Why the time and the person first? Because when we talk about how do we conjugate verbs, we need to know when the action is happening and we need to know who is doing the action. So we are using that information at the beginning. After that, the verb conjugated. So because if you want to conjugate the verbo caminar, you need to know when the action is happening and who's doing the action. And we already have that information in the system. Okay? That is the reason why I like this order. Okay, so Ron, hoy nosotros caminamos. For how long? You can say por 30 minutos. Hoy nosotros caminamos por 30 minutos. In our previous videos, we have a video about the uses of por and para. In this case, we use por because we are talking about period, and walking during 30 minutes, that it's a period. Okay, remember that
and you can go one.
And
one more. It's on the screen. I am at work. The other thing is we're not conjugating what.
I am at work. Is that a question? And is that a question or is that a statement? Chrissy? Posiblemente. Okay. In this case, this is one sentence where we use the verbo estar. Okay.
Let me give you start to be.
Exactly. So let me ask this, Christy. If you are making a question, this will be the question. Estoy yo en el trabajo. and I at the work. Estoy yo en el trabajo. Or if it's a statement, you can say yo estoy en el trabajo. Sometimes the order in the sentence is how we can understand if the sentence it's a question or it's a statement or it's a fact. Okay? So the first one it could be a question, the second one it could be a fact. ¿Estoy yo en el trabajo? Or yo estoy en el trabajo. Okay? Actually, I was just asking a question, but I will take a lesson one. Okay, muy bien, Christy. Very well, very good. Okay, Pablo. So this is how we conjugate the verbs in the present. Okay. Okay. Next week. Okay, so this is in the present. Remember the conjugation for the AR verbs. It will be this: yo camino, tú caminas, él camina, nosotros caminamos, y ellos caminan. And also now you know the structure that we use to create sentences: time, person, verb, and complement. Every day I walk to the park, in the park. Today he walks to work. Okay. This morning the cockroach walks in the kitchen. Tomorrow I walk to work. Okay. Today we walk for 30 minutes. Okay. Next week we will use exactly the same verb, but now the conjugations, they will be in the past tense. Okay, because the conjugation in the present tense are different in the past tense. Okay, so Pablo, this is everything for today. So
that's amazing. People, thank you so much.
Many people
we want people to be part of it, and this is a small group, but all of us here know somebody else that needs this class. I encourage you guys to share this in your favorite expert groups. Yeah, see you next Friday. We'll continue to create information and contents for the expat community. We have an expat community group in Costa Rica, 29,000 people, and 1,000 people in for Mexico, the expat community group in Mexico, if you guys are in Mexico. And we're also starting to do one in Panama. So if you want to join our group, we are translating local news into English. So whatever is happening locally in Panama, we're taking the time from the local, to read that from the local news and then translate that into English. The same thing in Costa Rica, the same thing in Mexico. Go ahead, Martin.
Before to leave, remember, if you want to learn how to say Happy Father's Day, we will say in español, Feliz Día del Padre, next Sunday. Yeah, this coming Sunday.
Yeah, and that's Costa Rica, by the way. This is different. I don't know which day is in Mexico, which day is in...
United States is the same.
It's okay.
It's the same.
Fathers. Feliz Día del Padre.
Feliz Día del Padre. Okay, I think many countries, many of my students from many other countries, they will celebrate that day. Feliz Día del Padre, Pablo.
All right.
Nos vemos. Bye, bye, bye.
See you guys.